Today is my first day in Bangkok after having lived in Seoul for the last 8 years of my life. Basically spent my entire 20s, my whole adulthood up until now in South Korea, and now I'm in Thailand. I've been making some short videos about living in Korea since May of 2025. It's now January 2026, posting them on TikTok. So still pretty new to that, and it ended up being a lot of fun. I got some good reactions to it. So I was doing that kind of short form social media content, and I'm still going to keep doing it. You can check out my TikTok and Instagram if you'd like. But this kind of large life change seemed to me a good opportunity to try my hand at something a little bit different, which would be these long form videos. As usual, I don't know what I'm doing, so please bear with me. I'm going to talk a lot more about why I was in Korea, what I was doing in Korea, and why I left Korea and came to Bangkok in a future video, because it warrants its own video. Today, we are just going to spend the day getting acclimated. In a second, I have to go to my friend's house, where I'm going to be moving to for 2 months. Right now, I'm in a hotel. To give a very brief summary of why I chose Bangkok, I've been coming back and forth here for the last couple years, mostly to DJ. And thanks to that, I have a bunch of local DJ friends, one of whom picked me up at the airport yesterday. I didn't even ask him to. He just reached out to me. He's like, hey, what time you getting in? I'll be there. Incredible. He's also very prominent on the DJ scene, so he's already hooked me up with some DJ gigs coming up, which will be kind of cool. After my friend picked me up at the airport, we drove through Bangkok's infamous rush hour traffic until deciding we were both pretty hungry. To remedy this, we drove through to the old side of town, specifically to Bantatong Road, an endless stretch of restaurants that seems to be bustling on any given night. While there are countless choices for good food in this area, we went for Sompon Pak, a kind of modern iteration of traditional Thai restaurants specializing in Isan cuisine, which was perfect because the first thing I wanted to eat, and did eat, was somtam. There are few foods I could realistically see myself eating every day, and this is one of them. In fact, this whole meal is one I feel like I could enjoy endlessly, and if we're being honest, that's a large reason I decided on coming to Bangkok. There is so much Thai food that I have yet to explore, and I'm looking forward to exploring. But so far, another of my all-time favorites is these little Isan-style sausages. I normally buy these Saikrok Isan on the street, but I find they're equally good in a sit-down environment. I love that this place gave little chunks of lime, skin on and everything, to eat together with them, as well as tiny shallots and hot Thai chilies. Every bite is multitudes of flavors, which I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I feel like is pretty characteristic of Thai cuisine. After about 30 minutes of trying to figure out where we had parked, my friend very graciously, extremely graciously, drove me to my hotel. In the past, when I've come to Bangkok, I've normally stayed in the Ekamai and Thonglo area, and then I move around from there. But this time, I am in Punawiti, which is where my friend lives, whose apartment I'm going to be taking over in 2 days. I've never been here, so part of my day is just going to be sort of getting the lay of the land. Got to find some lunch also, which will inevitably be fun new contents. I wasn't quite thinking about lunch yet, but what I was thinking about was what a beautiful day it was. The weather is one of the big things I was looking forward to about coming to Thailand, and so far it was not disappointing, especially relative to Seoul, which on a mid-January day like today is miserably cold. And then after walking for about an hour, I got hungry. A lot of these places still seem pretty closed, like they're still kind of preparing. I guess there's probably a lunch rush around noon, and I'll see some more of that. I definitely find that my first day or two in a place, you kind of got to get into the groove of things. So I don't quite feel ready to break the ice and just hop into fully local spots yet. But my prediction, day 2, day 3, I'm just gonna be yeah, fuck it, that one, let me go eat. I don't speak any Thai yet, so that is a bit of a barrier, but there's so many foreigners that live here, so I feel like it's pretty easy to work around. I also didn't feel like eating too much or anything too heavy, so I settled on this kind of chain-looking steamed bun store in the parking lot of a grocery store. As much to take a rest from the heat as to get some food, I ordered a butterfly pea lemon basil seed drink, that's a mouthful, and 2 buns, one green Korean chicken and the other barbecue pork. The total for this light, fast casual brunch was 91 baht, which is about $2.90. I'm a big steamed bun fan. I grew up eating a lot of char siu bao, ate plenty of wangmandu in Korea. I know this is a franchise spot. Let me tell you, the green Korean curry chicken bun. Oh my god. So flavorful. Actual pieces of lemongrass in there. I think that's a tomato, maybe salted egg yolk. I don't think I'd ever had a steamed bun in Thailand. This was a very dangerous start to what I'm sure will become an addiction. Because next up was roast pork, which I assumed would just sort of be a char siu bao, but this too had some very unique Thai flavors in it. A bit of a curry kind of undertone, extremely aromatic. I can already tell that this place is going to become a problem for me. I really can't think of another city I've been to where you can pretty much walk in anywhere and reasonably expect to have an excellent meal. That was extremely satisfying, really tasty. So now that I touched those bases, I'm gonna check out this digital grand park or something. There's some kind of like mall around here. Just got some time to kill, so let's go check it out. Oh yeah, True Digital Park, that's what I meant. Bangkok has a lot of spaces like this. There's somewhere between a department store and a mall, but also a social space. I'm not much of a shopper and not really into malls usually, but I have to admit these places are really well put together. A huge part of this complex is also outdoors and totally non-commercial, just a place for people to meet and hang out, which is really cool. After spending a bit of time there, I headed to my friend's apartment where we planned out how I would start to move bags later in the day, but then I got hungry. As satisfying as that breakfast was, I was already in the mood for something a little more local, a little more on the street. And so when I passed this place like 2 minutes away from my friend's apartment, I couldn't resist. So I got hungry and decided to stop in this kapao place. Basically rice with chicken, mixed chicken. It's super cheap and it's a big line, so what could be bad? As it turns out, nothing. I got the mixed kapao, which is half garlic chicken and half of the diced chicken with holy basil. The chicken with garlic was fine, it was decent enough, but the minced chicken with holy basil was incredibly flavorful. This was super delicious. I did see a lot of people ordering just this, and I can see why. When my Thai friends and I talk about food and I ask what their favorite is, they very often say kapao, like many of them have said this to me. And I guess it makes sense. I mean, this is a really simple comfort food. You can eat it anywhere, anytime. Probably something akin to an American saying they love macaroni and cheese, kind of. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, the whole meal cost me 45 baht, which is about $1.43. I gave the guy 50 and told him to keep the change. He said he wouldn't. He insisted on me taking the 5 baht back. For the record, 10 of that baht was the water, so the kapao itself is 35 baht, about $1. I don't mean to get too wrapped up in the price, but like, come on, like that's ridiculous. So it's now day 2, skipping around a little bit. After I went to that kapao place, I went back to my hotel, took a nap, very much needed. Then I came to my friend's house, which is, by the way, where I am now. Not really worth filming. Necessary for the move, not the most engaging video-wise. Then the start of day 2 today was once again me actually moving to this house, cleaning up, setting things up, not particularly captivating stuff. Somewhere in the middle, I went back to True Digital Park. Is that it? Something digital. Walked around there more. And throughout the day, something really kind of hit me about Bangkok and about what I suspect my life here will be like. I think that this is a very easy city to be an expat in. I'm not alone in this thought. It's kind of well known. And conversely, I think that Seoul was also a really hard city to be an expat in. I'm also not the only one with this opinion. But where I felt this was, I went to the grocery store on the bottom floor of this giant mall, and they had all of these imported things from all over the world, but to me, most importantly, America. So like, for example, cans of Arizona iced tea, things that I grew up drinking at like, New York City delis, something you would pretty much never see in Korea. Bangkok has such a long history of being an international city, and Seoul, despite its size and its current cultural relevancy, is relatively very new, I think, to the whole like international city game. So when you go to a Korean supermarket, it's still very, very, very Korean. Whereas you go to Tops or you go to Big C here, and obviously there's plenty of Thai stuff, but most of the store itself is indistinguishable from like a King Kullen or a Publix. I don't know what your local grocery store is. Like they had a salad bar. They have just like an American style, Western style salad bar. I've never in my life seen that in Korea. I've never seen a salad bar where you could just like make your own salad. I'm sure this seems very trivial to many of you, especially if you haven't lived abroad, but these are the kinds of things that they give a person a real sense of comfort. a real sense of being able to find a compromise with the difference of the rest of the place where you live. There are Western restaurants all over the place. I mean, I love Thai food, so I don't plan to eat a lot of Western food, but it's nice to know that if I wanted to get like a really good pizza, there are actually places around here that I would say look like they're gonna make a really good pizza. Anyway, that was very exciting for me, and it's something that I thought about a lot because I'm also far from the first person to do this move. That is to say, be a foreigner in Seoul and then move to Bangkok. And I can see why there's something of a pipeline so far. I love Seoul and really think of it as my second home, but it's not an easy place to live for anyone. And while I know there's nowhere in the world where life is just all around easy, that's not how it works. I spent the day feeling a sense of relief, knowing I'd easily be able to find some of the comforts of home, while also enjoying this local culture of which I am such a fan. To celebrate, I took myself out for yet another exciting meal. When I told one of my friends I was staying in the Punoiti area, he recommended this place. I started with, yes, another somtam, this time with salted duck egg, my absolute favorite. Sour, spicy, sweet, fishy, salty, just like an incredible food all around. As much as I might love being able to get Western food, nothing could beat the quality and freshness of a meal like this. So good. Making major life decisions is really hard, and like probably most people, I in the past got bogged down by a lot of doubt. So I don't know if I as a person have changed, or if this was just so obviously the right choice for me, or maybe both. But literally right up until I got on the plane, there was never a doubt in my mind that this is what I had to do. And if anything, these first 2 days proved to me that I was right, which, you know, is a nice feeling once in a while. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.